Let us all rise for the national anthem.
Let us all bow our heads for prayer. Dear Almighty Heavenly Father, we praise your holy name today, Lord, for your love is unfailing, unwavering, and everlasting. We thank you for the immense privilege of gathering here today to celebrate this monumental milestone. May you continue to abundantly bless and pour your love upon each of the graduates today, just as you have faithfully done every single day of our lives. Father, standing before you today are young men and women who have passionately striven to restore your divine image in their lives. Through every adversity, every late night study session, and every obstacle, we have leaned on you. Now, by your grace, we stand steady and equipped to step into the next beautiful stage of your divine plan for us. Lord, the bond we have cultivated throughout the years, the deep love and brotherhood we share, is nothing short of a miracle. We know that nothing in this temporal life is guaranteed, except for the unchanging relationship and perfect love we find in you. As we step into the next chapter of our lives, we pray that we will always walk hand in hand with you through every mountain peak and every valley. Give us the courage to live out our faith by serving others in love, and may we always remember to let everything we do be done in love. May your Holy Spirit and your overwhelming grace fill the hearts of everyone in this room today. We pray that divine wisdom flows through the words of all our speakers. We commit this commencement program into your hands. In the precious and mighty name of Jesus, amen.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is a true honor to stand before you today as a past valedictorian. To our honored guests, our families, our friends, and the dedicated faculty members of Palau Mission Academy, thank you for being here to witness this moment. And thank you for everything you sacrificed to help us reach you. 4 years. It doesn't sound like a long time until you stop and think about everything that happened inside of it. We didn't walk through these campus gates as strangers. Most of us walked through them as kids when I already grown up side by side. When I sat in the same SA elementary classrooms, eating at the same cafeteria tables, and knew each other's faces long before we knew what high school was going to demand of us. Along the way, new faces joined our ranks. They stepped into a family that had already been loose, found their unique place within it, and become just as much a part of this class as anyone else. Looking at us now, I am incredibly glad that they did. Let's be completely honest, we were not the easiest group to handle. We pushed back, we complained, we dragged our feet on things that, in hindsight, we should have embraced them sooner. If I had to find one word to describe us, it would be stubborn. And yet, here we are, sitting in these chairs, wearing these gowns, having made it through every difficult seasons that tried to convince us we wouldn't. That stubbornness is exactly why I am so proud of us. Not because our road was smooth, we all know it wasn't, but because every single time that the road got rough, we chose to stay on it. I think about the late nights, the essays typed furiously at 2 in the morning, the exam studied for until the desk literally became pillows. There were more moments that the weight felt like too much, but we kept going. We didn't push through because it was easy. We did it because somewhere deep inside, we knew that we were building in those difficult moments are the characters that will last an eternity. Our growth didn't just happen inside the classroom. I think about English and history though. We stayed late not because a teacher forced us to, but because we refused to let the result be anything less than what we had imagined. We readjusted, we redid, and we refined details that most people would never even notice. Simply because that this class never settles for mediocre. When that day finally arrived and we looked at what we had built together, that feeling wasn't just relief, it was profound pride. The kind that only comes from truly giving your all. I think about the cross-country track. Near the finish line, when our legs were giving out and breath felt like almost impossible, a classmate would suddenly appear right beside you, putting a hand on your back, shouting those loud words of encouragement. That is what this class is. That is who this class is. I think about the unforgettable noises we made in the stands when our team were on basketball and volleyball courts. Louder than probably necessary, but exactly what our players needed to hear. We show up for each other, not when it's convenient, but in every single moment that we were needed. That stubbornness, that refusal to quit, that fierce loyalty to one another. I believe those are the greatest traits PNA drew out of us, and I pray that we never lose them. We were shaped out not only by each other, but by the leaders who gave everything to guide us every single day, by the people who gave everything to stand at the front of our classrooms. To our principal, thank you for your steady leadership, your prayers, your motherly heart toward our class. We know that running a school is a heavy work, yet you always make time to notice us, celebrate our milestones, and encourage us to pursue excellence. Thank you for believing in the class of 2026 and for keeping our campus anchored in faith. Thank you to our teachers, who never simply delivered a lesson and left. You stayed, you listened, you noticed where we were struggling, and came back the next day with a better way to reach us. You showed us that Christian kindness is not just a sermon, but a daily practice. And we cannot talk about the warmth of PNA without thanking the incredible hands working behind the scenes to keep us moving forward. To our principal, our office staff, our bus drivers, and maintenance staff, thank you. Whether you were guiding our school through big decisions, keeping our campus safe, maintaining our facilities and school grounds, driving us to our games, or greeting us with a motherly smile, your dedication was never lost on us. Even on the days we forgot to say so, we saw your hard works. And we thank you today for making PNA a home worth showing up to. I think about the Friday night vespers, the moments we gathered together, and the music was slowly beginning to rise. I will forever cherish the laughter between songs and the voices that were not always perfectly in tune, but were always completely sincere. There were a peace in that room that is still difficult for me to describe. A quiet reminder from the Holy Spirit that we were exactly where we were supposed to be. I won't pretend I always had everything figured out. I didn't. There were moments I doubted whether I belonged at the top of the class, or whether I was even enough. But standing here today, looking out at every one of you, any doubt fades away. I am so proud of each and every single person sitting in this seat. That is where we chose to lay down 4 years of our youth. And I would never want to spend them anywhere else, or with anyone else. Class of 2026, as we step away from this place and into whatever comes next, the world we are entering is grand. It is fast-moving and full of competing voices telling us who we should be, what we should want, and how we should live our lives. It is thrilling and overwhelming all at once, but in the middle of those noises, I have one sacred request for all of you. Do not lose yourself. It sounds simple, but it is the hardest thing you ever do. Losing yourself rarely happens all at once. It happens gradually, through tiny compromises. It's choosing the easier path when you know it's the wrong one. It's saying yes to things that feel calmness in the moment, but quietly erode the person that you were created to be. It happens when we're tired, when we feel like we're falling behind, or when the right choices cost more than we feel like paying. We will face those moments. A wrong turn will present itself as a highly convenient shortcut. In those crossroads, I want us to remember the truth we learned right here. The temporary relief of the wrong choice will never outweigh the heavy burden of carrying it. Regret is a terrible thing to live with. Most of the time, the thing we regret most are not the hard, correct choices we made. It is the right choices we chose not to make when we had the chance to. You are capable of doing the right thing. I know. You know. We have proven that over and over again. For 4 straight years, we called on when we wanted to let go. We finished tasks that we wanted to abandon. We did not do it perfectly, but we did it honestly. We did it together. That is who we are. And that is who I'm asking us to remain. When the road ahead gets difficult, and it will, hold on the way we always have. Stay true to what you know is right. Choose the path that the future version of you will look back on with peace, not regret. And when your own strength is simply not enough, because your strength will fail you, turn to God. Let Him be your navigation when the fog rolls in. Let Him humble you when the confidence threatens to turn into arrogance. We did not make it through 4 years of DNA on our own power. And we certainly will not survive what comes next without Him either. Trust Him. Allow Him to lead. Because at the end of the day, without God, we are nothing. But with Him, there is absolutely nothing we cannot accomplish. To our families, thank you for loving us through every difficult seasons, even when we don't always know how to say so. I also want to make a moment to express my deepest gratitude to my mother. Her name is Yali. Without her, I would not be the same person standing here at the podium today. She brought me to Palau. She raised me, she taught me, credited me when I needed it, and shaped the person that I'm becoming today. Mom, even though you're not here in this room with us today, please know that I am forever grateful for every sacrifice you make for me. Thank you for your strength, your love, and even the disciplines that help me to grow. I love you, and that will never change. To our teachers and staff, thank you for seeing something in us, and even on the days we cannot see it in ourselves. And to my class, my dearest class of 2026. It has been the greatest honor of my life to grow up beside you. We were stubborn, but we were wonderful. And look at us now. We made it. We made it. The world is waiting. Let us go and make our future significant. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the graduating class of 2026, it is my privilege to present our class gift. My class and I had decided to donate a speaker, a soundboard, auxiliary cords, a battery charger, and headphones to the child. In addition, we will also be donating all that's left of our money to Palau Mission Academy. When we thought about what we wanted to leave behind, we wanted it to be something important and meaningful, something that makes PMA what it is. And we realized our most memorable and unforgettable memories were created through music. From chapel worships, weekly prayers, and school events to many, please Miss Martin, one more song every time Vespers is ending, music has brought students, teachers, and many friends together. It's created many moments of joy and comfort within us. At PMA, we bond through music. No matter our differences, music connects us, lifts up our spirit, and continuously reminds us of our connection with God. As the graduating class, we wanted to leave behind something that reflects our appreciation for everything the school has given us. The school has helped shape our character, strengthen our faith, and prepared us for the future. May this gift serve as a reminder of not only our graduating class, but also the bonding memories we share through music and worship. We hope that every note played and every song sung in the chapel will continue to inspire and bring PMA closer together. Thank you, and with great honor, we proudly present this gift to Palau Mission Academy.
Good afternoon, everybody. I look around, everybody looks so serious. Good afternoon. Kamusta ka rin? I think it's going to be one of the last times that I hear from a class of PMA graduated in class in Palau. You know, over 20-some years ago, I made a vow to give scholarships to Palau students to excel in school. And I said, as long as I can sell flowers and make money and do it, I'm still here. And pretty soon I'm going to have to find somebody to come up here. The stage is so high and I cannot climb the stage so much anymore. But as you will recall, I said I will support our students before I can support other students, and I think it's only fair that we do that. So congratulations to the valedictorian and salutatorian, but the awards go to Palau students this year. And I talked to the principal, and here's the first runner-up for the Suman Scholarship. And Miss Amira, come on. Here's her certificate and a $500 scholarship. It's a runner-up. Another one, I think these are surprises because they didn't know who's going to be getting what. The second one in my list is Miss Bilyolton Kiari. Also a certificate and a $500 runner-up award. And last but not the least is, I cannot seem to read anymore, Marley Evans Portugal. And another $500 scholarship for her. My dad loved education very much, and he always need to go to school, and it's the only way to get ahead in life. And scholarship is in honor of my father, the late Sumang Bangay, who was Ngarachamayong of Poro. But as long as we can make money and help our students, we continue to do that. No need for rewards, we just want to see our Palauans success.
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, they say it takes a village to raise a child, At Palau Christian Academy, it took these people. The class of 2026 stands here today not only because of what we studied, but because who guided us, believed in us, connected us, and refused to give up on us. To our teachers and staff, the tribute is for you. Miss Margie, for most of us, you are our social studies and history teacher. And for some of us, you are our 8th grade homeroom teacher at SDA Elementary School before you became our principal. We remember the schedules. Remember staying after class to sweep and mop our classroom, and yes, our sweeping and mopping skills have never been better. But more than that, remember watching you step up to lead the school, and never one step back. You have been here for most of our high school lives. You saw us walk through the doors as nervous 8th graders, and today you will watch us walk across the stage as graduates. You kept this school running, kept us in check, and somehow still made it fun, even with everything on your plate. Miss Margie, we are grateful for your strength, your dedication, and your heart for this school. Thank you. Miss Joy, you have been our second mother in this high school. You taught us how to find our career path, how to apply for scholarships, and how to budget our money. You shared stories from the past that made us understand why the rules of the handbook actually exist. As our student association sponsor, you are the quiet force behind every event we pulled off. The success of our activities. None of it would have happened without your guidance. Thank you for treating us like your own. Mr. Valle, you made pre-calculus make sense. That alone deserves a standing ovation. You were patient with us when you were lost, merciful when we were struggling, and passionate about the subject that most of us were terrified of. But beyond the classroom, you were someone we could laugh with and count on, especially during our retreats. You were more than a math teacher, you were a mentor. Thank you, Mr. Valle. Miss Naldi, your class might be the only class where we were consistently on our best behavior. And we mean that as a compliment. You were strict because you cared. You pushed us in literature, challenged us in presentations, and gave us life advice we did not always ask for, but always needed. As our junior class sponsor, we went through a lot together, from planning JS prom to watching you and the juniors turn around and plan our graduation. You invested in us long before we even realized it. Thank you for never lowering the standards. Mr. Turner, we will be honest, physics was intimidating before we met you. But you walked in, made it approachable, made it interesting, and somehow managed to hold the attention of a room full of teenagers. We know it was not always easy. We appreciate the patience more than you know. You may have only been with us for 1 year, but you made that year count. Thank you for being exactly the teacher we needed. Mr. Abram, you gave us a new way of seeing faith. Through Vespers, week of prayer, chapel programs, and those discussions where we debated like we were at Jubilee. You opened our minds and challenged our thinking. You shared your personal story with honest and humility, and it gave us a new perspective on ethics, on Christianity, and on what it means to live with purpose. Thank you for being our chaplain and our guide. Mr. Parks, we know we gave you a hard time. We owe you that. But you listened to us. You took our feedback seriously, and you made your class better because of it. Economics turned out to be one of the most practically useful things we learned. Understanding investments, economic systems, and how to make smarter decisions with money. As our co-sponsor in our senior year, you helped us close this chapter well. Thank you for not giving up on us. Miss Brenda, thank you for letting us hang out in the office after school, even when we were very loud, chaotic, and definitely distracting you from your work. You were always kind. You were always ready to help, whether we needed something printed at the last minute or just needed someone to talk to. You were there. You are the heartbeat of this school's daily operations, and we see you even when no one says it out loud. Thank you, Miss Brenda. Uncle David and Mr. Marlon. Every single day, from Monday to Friday, you brought us here safely and took us home. Through a full bus, through through breakdowns, through every early morning and tired afternoon. He also kept our campus clean and maintained. And Mr. Marlon, we're truly sorry about the do's and the closet. We owe you one. Thank you for the faithfulness in this school and to us. And to those who were with us for a season, but left our lasting mark. Mr. Sanchez, you welcomed us as freshmen and showed us what the spirit of PMA looked like, before we even understood it ourselves. You made our first year memorable. Miss Cynthia, you looked after us like a mother during our freshman year, patient, kind, and always in our corner. Thank you for helping us learn from our mistakes and become who we are. Miss Hannah, thank you for following some of us all the way back in fourth grade, and then showing up again as a freshman chaplain and sponsor. You shaped our early faith and helped us figure out how to survive high school. Mr. and Mrs. Nava, some of us still almost say Miss A back in third grade. You were part of our story long before high school, and we are glad to see where life has taken you both, baby and all. Coach Corey, you are like a superhero. When I remember you back in elementary, you carried multiple students in your back and even with one arm. You showed God's love and strength as well as getting along with everyone, even the children. And to Miss Kajiro, who just showed up earlier in our, while preparing for our graduation. Unfortunately, you're not in the script because you surprised us. But we really wanted to see you again, even though we weren't expecting you. You shaped our diction and how we view English class, even though, and improvising the speech right now really shows your effort. Thank you for making your class special. And to our last surprise, to our many sponsors, to many surprise arrivals this graduation weekend. And to every teacher and staff member whose name we did not call today. Your impact is not measured by whether your name is on this list. Every correction, every lesson, every prayer, every early morning and late afternoon you gave to this school. All of it is woven into who we are as we walk across the stage tonight. We are the class of 2026, and we are who we are because of all of you. Thank you.
Sorry about the surprise, David. Ali. Good afternoon, everyone. Members of the school board, honored guests, our Palau STA Schools faculty and staff, supportive parents, guardians, sponsors, families, and friends, and the reason that we are all here this afternoon, the graduating class of 2026. Welcome to the 63rd Commencement exercise of Palau Mission Academy. Before I address the class of 2026, I would like to acknowledge our supportive parents, our supportive guardians, sponsors, and families. It has been a blessing and a privilege to walk alongside you in this journey. Raising a child takes more than what we can see. The early mornings, the late nights, the silent prayers, the sacrifices made without hesitation. You have been your child's first teacher, greatest supporter, and most faithful prayer warrior. None of what we celebrate today would be possible without you. In Psalm 127, verse 3, it reminds us that children are a heritage from the Lord, a reward from Him. You have stewarded that reward with love and faithfulness, and it shows in every student we honor this afternoon. Thank you for trusting us with your treasure. Thank you for partnering with us, for showing up, and for never giving up. This milestone is yours to celebrate also. Graduates, please join me in giving your parents, your guardians, your families, and your friends your biggest round of applause. afternoon. When I first started preparing my speech, I sat down and I asked myself, what do I have to say to the students? I mean, Miss Joy said a lot Friday night. Mr. Valia gave you a lot of computations in real life. And so I was like, what do I say? What is the most important thing they needed to hear as you leave? And then I remembered some of the things you put me through my first year as principal. Hashtag toilet papers. I'm just joking. I'm just trying to distract you because I know you all are zoning out, so you will not miss the signal when you stand up to receive your diplomas later, just as we practiced last night. But in all seriousness, when I look at you this afternoon, I do not just see graduates in caps and gowns. I see the students who drove me to the edge of my patience. And then somehow, right at the last moment, pulled me back with something so wonderful, so proactive, so surprisingly mature, and ready that I forgot I was ever frustrated. That is the thing about you, class of 2026. You have always had it in you. The good stuff, the real stuff. And I know that because I had most of you in 7th grade and 8th grade. And I had an opportunity to talk to each of you in my office as principal for many different reasons. So, your PMA family have always thought you always had it in you. Sometimes, you made us work very hard just to find it, but it was always there. And this afternoon, it is on full display. Now I'd like to share to you something important. Something I need you to write in your heart and carry with you long after you have forgotten everything else I will say today. And trust me, you will forget. Most of you probably after you leave this hall, and that is fine. I almost always forget where I put my phone, like after 3 seconds, and Mr. Davis can attest to that. But I hope this one stays. Here goes. Change is constant. The world you are walking into tomorrow will not look like the world you grew up in. It is shifting faster than any of us can keep up with. The jobs, the technology, the opportunities, the challenges, everything is moving and in a fast pace. And here is the part that will tempt you to feel powerless. You cannot stop it. You cannot outplan, outstudy it, or outscroll it on your phone until 4 a.m. in the morning. But here's the thing. Change is constant, but so is choice. I repeat, change is constant, but so is choice. And that is the most powerful thing in your hands today. Every single day, no matter what changes surround you, no matter what the economy does, no matter what life throws at you, you will wake up with the ability to choose. To choose how you respond, to choose who you become, to choose what kind of person you are when no one is watching. And so, I would like to dare you. I know you had so many dares in your high school life. I would like to dare you to exercise that choice every single day on purpose. Your class motto says, educated to lead, inspired to serve. Change is constant. The kind of leadership the world needs is always changing. The skills, the platforms, the industries, they will all look different 10 or 20 years from now. And the leaders who survive those changes will not be the ones who held the tightest to what they knew, past tense. When you think about leading, what picture comes to your mind? Is it the chair in the office? The title? The applause? Now I need to gently redirect you. The good leaders I have ever known were not the loudest people in the room. They were the ones who stayed after everyone left. The ones who noticed the person sitting alone. The ones who did the glamorous work without needing a trophy or acknowledgement for it. You want to lead? Choose to start serving. Choose to keep learning. Choose humility over pride. Choose to serve even when you have every reason and every title to be served instead. So I dare you to choose to not lead from the top, lead from the middle, lead from beside people, lead by being the first one to serve and the last one to leave, and the only one willing to do the work when no one else wants to do it. The world does not need more people at the top. It needs more leaders who choose to kneel. Your class A, it says to live out our faith by serving others in love. Change is constant. The people you will serve will change. The needs around you will change. The communities, the circumstances, the faces, all of it will be different from what you imagine today. But the call to serve, that never changes. And your choice to answer it, that is entirely up to you. Your class aim says to live out. So I dare you to choose to not wait until you are ready. Do not wait until you have more money, more time, more certainty, more of whatever it is you think you are missing before. Go find someone who needs what you have. Go be the answer to a prayer you did not even know someone was praying. Serve now, serve where you are, with what you have, for whoever is in front of you. Faith that stays inside your heart and never reaches your hands is not yet complete. Live it out. Every single day, choose to serve. Not when it is convenient, not when it earns you something, but because love gives you no other option. Your class verse. It says, let all that you do be done in love. Change is constant. The things you will do will change. The jobs will change. The roles will change. The seasons of your life will change. And this is one of them. You'll be a student, then a professional, then maybe a spouse, a parent, a leader, or a mentor. Each chapter will look completely different from the one before it. But this verse does not say, let some of what you do be done in love. It does not say, let the big important things be done in love. It says, all that you do. Not just the impressive things, not just the things people clap for, all of it. Your work, your words, even the way you drive, the way you treat the person behind the counter, the way you respond to that one person who really gets on your nerves. And I know we all have that person. And let's be honest, we have to do it all of it, in love. So I dare you to choose to not let love, to choose to let love be constant. When everything else around you is changing, let love be the one thing that stays the same in you. Class of 2026, change is constant. Life will make sure you never forget it. But every time change comes, and it will come and come and come again, I want you to remember what you also have. You have the power of choice. When the world gets hard, choose faith. When the easier path is to be selfish, choose service. When someone does not deserve your kindness, choose love anyway. And when the world overwhelms you, when you feel lost, when the change is too fast and the choices are too hard, choose to surrender to God in prayer. And when you forget all of this, come back to Palau Mission Academy, come see me. My door is always open, but during office hours only. You are educated. Now go lead. You are inspired. Now go serve. You are loved beyond measure for the people sitting in front of you, those who are watching. Now go love like it. Class of 2026, it has been one of my greatest joys and privileges of my life. To be your teacher, your homeroom advisor, and some of you coach and principal. You made me laugh, and you made me pray harder, way harder. And you made me a better person. And whether you know it or not, you made me proud. Every single one of you. Now go change the world. I love you, and I am so proud of you, and no matter what, you will always be part, and you will always be loved and supported by your Warriors family. Once again, congratulations.
Today is a very special day for all of us as we celebrate not only our achievements, Today is a very special day for all of us as we celebrate not only our achievements but also the people who helped guide us through this journey. It's truly an honor to introduce someone who has made a lasting impact on our class, Ms. Nelvi Lor Rivera. Ms. Nelvi Lor Rivera finished her Bachelor of Science in Nursing from Matsumu College, Philippines. Because of her love for literature, her fascination for stories, and her admiration for her English teacher, she was inspired to pursue a Bachelor of Arts in English from Matsumu College, Philippines, and then proceeded to take her Master of Arts in English from the same school. But I like to introduce her the way we knew her, as Ms. Nelvi. Ms. Nelvi is the kind of person you never forget. She is strong, hardworking, organized, and deeply committed to everything she does. She is also a woman of strong faith who stands firm in what she believes in. Through her actions and leadership, she has shown us the importance of discipline, responsibility, and perseverance. She leads with confidence, grace, and purpose, and she inspires the people around her to become better versions of themselves. For many of us, Ms. Nelvi became much more than just a teacher. She became someone we looked up to and depended on throughout our high school journey. During our junior year, she served as our class sponsor, and honestly, without her, I think our class would probably be like a complete mess. From decorating events, organizing prom, planning fundraisers, and making sure everything was done properly, she always stepped up and made things happen. She kept us organized when we were stressed, reminded us of our responsibilities when we forgot, and somehow managed to keep us all in check at the same time. Even though she was strict on us, she learned that it always came from a place of care. She pushed us because she saw potential in us that we sometimes did not even see ourselves. She wanted us to work hard, think harder, and prepare ourselves for the life after high school. And yes, many of us can agree that her tests were probably some of the hardest because of all her tricks and difficult questions, but now we understand why. She challenged us because she knew we were capable. She refused to let us settle for doing the bare minimum because she wanted us to be ready for college, for our future careers, and for life itself. What makes Ms. Nelvi truly special is that behind her strictness is someone who genuinely understands and cares for her students. On the days when we were tired, overwhelmed, or frustrated, she noticed. She was patient with us, thoughtful in the way she guided us, and even when we made mistakes, she never held those mistakes against us. Instead, she encouraged us to learn from them and continue growing. As a class, we are incredibly thankful for everything she has done for us. The lessons she taught us go far beyond the classroom. She taught us the value of discipline, teamwork, responsibility, and believing in ourselves when things get difficult. Her influence on our lives will continue long after graduation. So today, on behalf of the graduating class, thank you, Ms. Nelvi, for your dedication, your patience, your leadership, and always pushing us to become the best versions of ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm welcome to our commencement speaker, Ms. Nelvi Lor Rivera.
Good afternoon. Wow. Good afternoon to the members of the school board, honored guests, PMA faculty, proud families, friends, and most especially the graduating class of 2026. I hope you're okay today. I can see a lot of smiling faces. Please keep smiling. I might cry later. Okay, so I'm pretty sure you're wondering, before that, thank you, Orle, for that very nice introduction, and it's most humbling. I didn't think I would be one because you guys already knew me. Okay, so I'm sure you're wondering why you have a small notebook on your seat. Look at it. What does it look like? A composition notebook. How many notebooks did you have in my class? 2. One is for notes, and the other one is for work notebook, your SRA notebook. Right. I gave you that small notebook today because I want you to take notes. I'm just kidding. I gave you that notebook because I want you to take note of your life lessons. Okay, not discussion. Anyway, standing here today is truly an honor. I mean that deeply because out of all the people you could have chosen to send me off, you chose me. When I look out at this room and at the faces of parents who have sacrificed so much, and colleagues who have poured their hearts into you, and the graduates, I am overwhelmed with gratitude. Thank you for granting me the privilege of speaking into your lives one last time. Lessons that you don't want, but you actually need. There's something I need to admit today, a confession, if you will. When I arrived at PMA 3 years ago, I was asked to give up one English class because my schedule was entirely overwhelmed and my plate was too full and I was feeling the pressure. I was a new teacher then. Without hesitation, I pointed to your class and told Miss Margie, take them away. Not because I didn't like you guys, but because deep down I feared I wasn't capable enough to help you grow. I saw your energy, your strong personalities, and your fierce independence, and I doubted myself. And partly, if I'm being completely honest, I thought you were going to be the most difficult class, unmanageable class in the entire school. I wanted the easy route. Giving you up, though, was a mistake. I wish I kept you. But thankfully, as God would have it, our paths were meant to cross anyway. Our story didn't exactly start out as a perfect teacher-student relationship. I still remember the first day I walked into your classroom. I'm sure you did. The air was thick with tension. I wanted to establish my authority. I was new then, so I looked you in the eye and told you very clearly, I am not afraid to fail you. And some of you, well, you looked right back at me and proved that you are not afraid to test me either. There were moments of attitude. There were moments of friction. I was transitioning from teaching college students to teaching high schoolers. And I'll admit, I walked in with a bit of pride. I thought I knew exactly what I was doing. Then I met the class of 2026. And you quickly humbled me. I even gave you an incredibly difficult lesson once. If you remember, sophomore year, first week, the verb tenses. The past tense, you know that? I gave the lesson incredibly fast. I know that. I can still remember it. With toughness and haste. It was unfair, partly because I wanted to test your English, and if I'm being completely honest, maybe as a tiny bit of teacher revenge to show you who was the boss. But something unexpected happened in the midst of that friction. Those challenges didn't push us apart. They brought me closer to you. The first week of the junior year, I was so nervous because, oh my, this is going to be my junior class. But you proved me wrong. As time went on, the labels faded. I stopped seeing you as just names on a roster or as a difficult class, and I started seeing you, the individuals. I began to hear your stories. I started to understand where you were coming from, the pressures you faced, the dreams you harbored, and the fears you hid. What started as a tension transformed into a genuine, irreplaceable connection. In your junior and senior years, I finally saw who you really are. Creative, vibrantly cheerful, fiercely resilient. And yes, no matter how hard the presentation can be, I never told anyone in the class to stop and redo. Right? Because you actually did your best. I wasn't a perfect teacher. I had my shortcomings, my days of impatience, and my own learning curves. But just like you, I also grew. Seeing you walk in here today in those graduation gowns almost brought me to tears, but not yet. You are no longer the chaotic students I dreaded. You have grown into responsible, goal-oriented, and mature individuals. I think back to those long, exhausting afternoons prepping for prom and graduation when you were juniors. I remember every single grilling presentation where I pushed you to your limits. Rich, right? And you rose to the occasion anyway. All of those moments developed our bond. They forged a friendship and a mutual respect that will be forever etched in my memory. It is a beautiful story, and I promise you, it will be a very good story to tell my future children. Now, I'm wondering how my classroom will be like without you in it. I'm surely going to miss all the, "Hey, Miss Delby," or Orole's attempts to scare me, but never worked. And the wonderful discussions on Shakespeare and poetry, and the simple sharing of life lessons and teas before class starts. Now looking at your journey over these past few years, I am reminded of a famous story about a traveler who planted two seeds side by side in his garden, an oak tree seed and a Chinese bamboo seed. In the first year, the oak tree sprouted. It grew quickly, pushing bright green leaves toward the sky, drawing admiration from everyone who walked by the garden. But the bamboo seed showed absolutely nothing. No sprout, no leaf, no sign of life whatsoever. By the second, third, and fourth years, the oak tree grew massive, thick and strong, its branches stretching wide to provide shade. Yet, the bamboo seed still showed nothing. The traveler continued to water it, care for it, and protect the soil, but the ground remained completely bare. Others laughed at him. They told him he was wasting his time, his water, and his energy on a lost cause. They told him to dig it up and plant something else. But the traveler had faith. And in the fifth year, something miraculous happened. A tiny, fragile green shoot broke through the dry soil. And within just 6 weeks, that bamboo shot up over 80 feet into the air, towering over the garden. The question we must ask ourselves is this: did the bamboo grow 80 feet in 6 weeks? Or did it take 5 years? Which is it? 6 weeks? 5 years? The answer, of course, it took how many years? 5 years. For those 5 long years hidden beneath the dirt, out of sight from the world, the bamboo was growing a massive, unbreakable network of roots. It was preparing itself. It was developing the foundational strength required to handle the tremendous height, weight, and responsibility it was destined for. If it hadn't spent those quiet years developing its roots in the dark, it would have snapped and collapsed the very moment it tried to reach the sky. Class of 2026, your time at PMA has been your rooting season. The difficult lessons, the friction, the late nights, the grilling presentations, the times you failed and had to try again, those weren't meant to break you. They were growing your roots. You were being prepared underground for the massive heights you're about to reach in the real world. But as you grow upward, the world will test you and will test what you are made of. And that brings me to a second story. Don't worry, I only have 2 stories. After all, I'm an English teacher, I like stories. And that brings me to a second story, one that took place in Thailand during the 1950s. There was a massive ancient Buddha statue made of clay that sat in a simple old temple. It wasn't particularly beautiful. It was cracked, covered in dust, and looked quite ordinary. When a new highway was being built, the monks realized they needed to move these heavy clay statue to a new location. As the crane began to lift the massive statue, the weight was too much, and the clay began to crack. To make matters worse, a sudden rainstorm rolled in. Afraid that the rain would wash away the fragile clay, the head monk called off the roof and covered the statue with a large tarp, and decided to wait until morning. In the dead of the night, the head monk went out with a flashlight to check on the statue. He shined the light under the tarp to see if the cracks had worsened. As the beam of light hit one of the deep cracks in the clay, he noticed something strange. A bright, brilliant reflection gleaming back at him. Curious and a bit startled, the monk took a small chisel and began to carefully chip away the outer layer of clay. As pieces of clay fell to the floor, the reflection grew brighter and larger. After hours of work, the monk fell to his knees in absolute awe. Beneath that rough, ordinary cracked layer of clay was a statue made of solid, pure gold. Historians later discovered that hundreds of years earlier, an enemy army was invading the country. Knowing their temple would be attacked, the ancient monks covered their most precious golden treasure with layers of mud and clay to disguise it. The strategy worked. The invaders ignored the ordinary statue, but sadly, the ancient monks were killed. And so the secret died with them. For centuries, everyone thought it was just an old clay statue. It took a crisis, crack, and a storm to reveal the true gold inside. Class of 2026. Life after graduation will sometimes feel like a storm. You will face pressures that will crack your confidence. You will experience environments that treat you like you are ordinary, or expect you to just blend in like common clay. But I want you to remember, what you build here at PMA, the challenges you survived have already begun to chip away at the surface. You are not an ordinary clay. God has placed solid gold inside each of you, a treasure of talent, purpose, character, and faith. When the trials of life crack, your exterior do not despair. Those cracks are simply the entry points for the world to finally see the gold that is hidden within you. As you stand ready to shine, we must remember the people that are looking at you right now, who help build your roots and protect your gold. To the parents, families, and guardians in this room, look at them. Look at the children who once held your hand on the first day of kindergarten. Now sitting before you as young men and women ready to take the world. This milestone belongs to you just as much as it belongs to them. You were the ones who stayed up late, who prayed for them when they didn't know, who supported them financially, emotionally, and spiritually. You provided the soil for their roots to grow. Thank you for trusting us at PMA to partner with you in shaping their lives. And to my esteemed colleagues, the faculty and staff of PMA, thank you. Thank you for your sleepless nights, your unyielding patience, and your dedication to a calling that is often thankless. You saw the gold in these students, and even when it was covered in the mud of teenage attitude and academic struggle, you didn't give up on them. Your aim to live out our faith by serving others in love. This sounds really beautiful on a graduation program, right? So nice. But in practice, it is incredibly difficult. Living out your faith isn't about what you say when you are sitting in a pew or standing in a chapel. It's about what you do when no one is watching, when there is no applause and it costs you something. Serving others in love means helping when you're already exhausted. It means giving when you feel you have very little left to offer. It means extending forgiveness to someone who hasn't asked for it. simply because your heart is governed by grace. And service shapes your character more than personal success will ever will. As Mother Teresa beautifully said, not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. Do not wait for a grand stage to serve. Start with the person right next to you. Your motto, educated to lead, inspired to serve. I want you to pay close attention to the order of those words. You weren't educated just to collect degrees, accumulate knowledge, or land a high-paying job. Wealth and status are byproducts, not purposes. You were educated to lead. But let me remind you, true leadership is not about a title on a business card. It is not about having a corner office or being the loudest, most dominant voice in the room. True leadership is about responsibility. It is about choosing integrity when shortcuts are easier and cheaper. It's about using your strength to lift others up instead of stepping on them to climb higher. The best leaders are those who learn to be servants first. John C. Maxwell said, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Be the kind of a leader people follow out of respect, not out of fear. And of course, your Bible verse, 1 Corinthians 16:14, let all that you do be done in love. This is not a suggestion. Okay? The Lord did not suggest this. This is a marching order. It is a lifelong standard. Love is not a fleeting emotion or a warm feeling. Love is a disciplined decision. It is choosing patience when you are completely frustrated. It is choosing to offer grace when someone fails you. Without love, your academic success is empty. Your career achievements are hollow, and your leadership is nothing more than personal pride. Love is the ultimate foundation that gives meaning, weight, and value to everything else you will accomplish. As Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. famously said, darkness can't drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Be the light in a world that is far too comfortable with darkness. And as you step into this next chapter, I will not promise you that the road will be easy. If you had a hard time in my class, sometimes the road will get harder from here. There will be seasons of profound uncertainty. There will be mornings where you wake up and wonder if you have what it takes to survive the day. When you feel that the shadow of doubt creeping into your mind, I want you to anchor yourselves in the promises of God. Remember, Joshua 1 verse 9. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. You are never walking alone. And when the answers don't come quickly, remember Psalm 27:14. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart. Trust His timing, because He who began a good work in you is faithful to complete it. Class of 2026, you are leaders, and who have been uniquely shaped by faith and strengthened by real challenges. Like the bamboo, your roots are deep. I hope. Like the golden Buddha, your worth is undeniable. You are entirely ready to stand tall and shine. And before I close, I remember some of you telling me last year, I think around first quarter, we had this conversation that I had to resign from PMA as soon as you graduated. Oh, Kaiser's not covering his face. Because you simply couldn't bear the thought of sharing me with the underclassmen. You wanted to be my final act. Well, guys, I've looked at my contract, and I've still got another year to go. The underclassmen are going to have to deal with me a little longer. But I promise you this, no matter how many classes come through my door, you will always hold a premium, irreplaceable piece of my heart. Even if the details of my English lessons fade and you forget my name years from now, my deepest prayer is that you never forget the character lessons you learned within PMA. Beyond all earthly success, beyond every corporate achievement, and beyond every milestone you will reach, my ultimate highest prayer for you is that you live a life that makes heaven your final goal. Go out into the world, stand firm in your roots, reveal your goal, and change the world for the glory of God. God bless you, class of 2026, and congratulations.
May I request Ms. Novi to please stand? On behalf of our class, we'd like to present this gift to Ms. Novi as a symbol of our gratitude and appreciation for everything she's done for us. Along with this gift, we'd also like to give this certificate and class picture as small reminders of the journey we shared together. We chose a green mug with sunflower and turtle prints because they reflect the journey you helped guide us through. Sunflowers don't bloom over the night. They begin as small seeds buried under the soil, facing the heat and difficult conditions before they can finally grow and turn towards the light. In the same way, you encouraged us to keep going even during stressful moments, difficult assignments, and times when we doubted ourselves. You constantly reminded us to aim higher, work harder, and become better versions of ourselves. And because of your patience and belief in us, we're able to grow and bloom into the people we are today. The moment a turtle hatches, they must make a difficult journey to the ocean on its own. But even after reaching the water, they are still surrounded by uncertainty and danger. To survive, they enter what is called a swim frenzy, where they keep pushing forward with all their strength despite exhaustion and fear. This reminds us of the way you taught us as a class. Just like the turtles, nothing is handed to us on a silver platter. We have to work hard and do our part to move forward. Yet we continue with perseverance and determination despite the obstacles we face. Lastly, you taught us that even after reaching a milestone, just like when a turtle reaches the water, life will still be filled with challenges and the unknown, but we should never lose hope or sight of our ultimate goal. Through your guidance, we learned the importance of resilience, discipline, and continuing to push through tough times. You challenged us because you cared deeply about our future and wanted us to reach our full potential. You never allowed us to settle for less because you knew we were capable of more. And through your high expectations, you taught us the value of giving our best in everything we do. Thank you for the lessons and tough moments that helped us shape into who we are today. This certificate represents our appreciation. This class picture captures the memories we shared, and this mug reminds you that the impact you made will stay with us long after graduation. Thank you for everything.
Ali, Managtasil, Sumayudaroy. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge our honorable guests that were able to join us on this special day. First, His Excellency Kenichi Kasahara, the Ambassador of Japan to Palau. His Excellency Toby Sharp, Ambassador of the Australian Embassy to Palau. Mr. Shankar Rao, the Chargé d'Affaires from the United States Embassy in the Republic of Palau. Mr. Franklin Chen, the Minister Counselor from the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan, and Palau. Our guest speaker, Ms. Nabi Rivera, Mr. Sandra Vice Chair of the Palau SDA Schools Board. His Excellency President Sirao Bush Jr., the Chairman of the Palau SDA Schools Board, and Ms. Margie Marco, Principal of the Palau SDA Schools. My name is Ina Singawo, and today I have the opportunity to speak on behalf of this class as their president and to also address the farewell message. I'm going to be honest, I've written about 3 different versions of this speech, and each one was about something different. But I wasn't satisfied with any of them. See, I struggled to find one main thing to talk about. How do you sum up 13 years of growing up together into one short speech? How do you choose one memory out of hundreds? First, I'd like to thank all those who made us standing on this stage possible. To our PMA teachers, staff, and Principal Margie, thank you for all you taught us. I'd also like to give a special shout out to those who flew thousands of miles to see us graduate today. That's Mr. and Mrs. Sanchez, Rial and Milang, Mr. and Mrs. Nava, or as you know them, Mr. Nava and Miss A, Cairo, Miss Hannah, Coach Corey, Coach T, and Ms. Silencio, Mr. Nelson, Ms. Cynthia, and Ms. Kujura. Thank you all for helping us grow, not just academically, but also in our faith. And to our dearest families and friends, welcome. Today we're able to stand here because of you. Thank you for being our backbone. And last but not least, to my fellow graduates, the day has finally come. It took many late nights studying, early school mornings finishing projects we procrastinated, and so much hard work behind the scenes, but we're finally here. Allow me to now address my class. Oh, actually, if you didn't know, most of us have been classmates since we were kindergarten or first grade. And because of this, we have meticulously living our lives around each other without even realizing our lives. We know whose faces we'll see on the first day of school, what bus to ride because our friend will be on it, ask to borrow Brandon's homework, drink Dior's water, use Amira's physics notes, or even ask Mr. Wallet to move our quiz to the next day because in all honesty, we didn't study enough, or maybe even at all. But because of this, I would say our class has become more than just classmates. We became each other's comfort zone. Over the years, we changed teachers, took harder classes, and experienced changes in our personal lives too. But our class remained our constant. Almost 4 years ago, most of us walked into the halls of PMA for the very first time. A new campus, a new schedule, and new lockers we were way too excited to use. I remember after chapel, as we walked out, it seemed like all the older students knew exactly where they were going, while we just stood there confused. But one thing you might have missed amidst the chaos is that we stood together. And together, we also figured out that the class schedules were just on the bulletin board. Sophomore year, we became a little more confident. We knew where to find our class schedules and most of the lyrics to the songs we sang in chapel. But there were still surprises along the way. Sophomore year was definitely our rebellious era. I mean, Ms. Navi already shared a glimpse of what our class looked like during sophomore year. But just to give a few more details, there were rules made just because of us, and I mean the boys weren't even allowed to have tissue in their pocket. They had to get it in the office because they were using it for its actual purpose. I don't know what that means, but sophomore year also gave us our first class retreat to Bolivia, where we learned so much about each other and the new versions of ourselves that we had become. It's also where I learned that me and James were twins, a monumental day to say the least. A year later, we walked into the same hallways of our classroom this time. We were excited to finally be the older kids in school, but little did we know junior year would be one of the hardest years. It was also the year where all of the questions about our future began. Suddenly, it felt like we had to know exactly what we were doing after high school, when in all honesty, we didn't even know how we were going to decorate for prom or graduation. But junior year taught us resilience. It taught us how to push through stress, deadlines, and pressure we never thought we could handle. And then somehow, before we were ready, senior year arrived. The year we'd all been waiting for. Since we were little kids watching older kids walk the same stage, suddenly we were those older kids. The ones planning spirit week, stressing over scholarships and college applications, and trying to make every last moment count. But even as seniors, I think part of us did the exact same. We're still those freshmen confused after chapel, those same sophomores facing unexpected challenges, and those same juniors stressed about the future while we pretend we know exactly what we're doing. The only difference now is that we move through it together. And through all these years, despite coming from different backgrounds, families, and experiences, kindness, generosity, and faith has kept our class together. Somewhere between chapel songs, class retreats, late assignments, laughter, and chaos, we became each other's comfort zone. If you're around any of us during these last few weeks of school, you might have heard us saying things like, this is our last Monday, our last quiz, our last flag raising, or our last chapel. We tried so hard to catch every last moment before it slipped away. But there were also moments we didn't realize were our last. The last time we stressed about turning in a homework assignment, the last time some of us sent thank you to Mr. Marlon as he dropped us out after school, the last time we ate lunch together in the cafeteria, the last time we got scolded for laughing too loudly with our friends. And I think that's the hardest part of our growing up. You never realize something is your last while you're living it. And so, to any underclassmen here today, enjoy high school, every moment of it, the good and the bad, because one day there'll just be moments you wish you could relive just one more time. Today feels so special because the people who helped me find my place in the world, my comfort zone, are the same people I now have to say goodbye to. And we're not just leaving behind the people we know we might stay in touch with. We're also leaving behind the people who quietly impacted our lives in ways they may never even realize. High school was the one thing that kept all of us connected. And now, for the first time in our lives, the people we see every day will become places we see every few years, or just names brought up in stories about high school. Years from now, we won't remember every homework assignment we turned in, or every test we took, but we will remember the people. And as much as I hate to say it, today is probably our last time us sitting in the same place like this. So look around you. Look around you. These people sitting beside you right now are the same people who helped shape who you are today. These are the people who became your comfort zone over the past 13 years. And so, on behalf of all of us here today, thank you. Thank you for the moments, the memories, the chaos, the friendships, the laughter. Thank you for helping me see God's presence through you. And every little moment in between. Thank you for being my comfort zone. As we leave our comfort zones today, I want to give you all one dare. Go as far as you can and see what you can do with this life, because the world is full of possibilities, people, opportunities, and lessons waiting for us. And as we go into the real world, we'll find people who become our next comfort zone. But I hope we never forget everything this comfort zone has taught us. I hope we never forget where we came from. And so, before we officially close this chapter, let's look back at where we came from. Please turn around.
My fourth graders. Hello, graduates for the 2026 class. Hi, my fourth graders.
Hi all.
Congratulations. I'm so proud of you guys.
Hey class of 2026.
congratulations, class of 2026.
My name is Jessica Smith. Most of you might remember me as your kindergarten teacher, Jessica Hall at the time. First of all, don't be afraid to ask for help. It's tough, but you're moving on to a new phase of life, and things are different, things are new, and you have lots of people in your corner. So your parents, your friends, your colleagues, but most importantly, don't be afraid to ask for help. And that can come in many different ways. And I am very proud of all of you.
I just wanted to say congratulations and thank you for the impact that you guys have on my life. I am a teacher because of you guys. So every year when I get ready for my next batch of fifth graders, I think of you and how much you guys have reminded me of the love of Christ and the love of teaching. So I love you guys. I thought instead of talking about how wonderful it was to be with you guys, to show everyone the fourth grade version of you guys and what our costume looks like. Love you and congrats.
So proud of all of you. I cannot believe you're already graduating from high school. Feels like it was just yesterday that you were in fourth grade with me. If I were to give you any piece of advice, the advice would be to make sure that you're not worried so much about perfection when you're making choices, especially when you're trying to make up what to do for college or for work or things in the future. Often we stop ourselves from making choices because we want them to be perfect, and then that means that we don't make any choice at all. Use the best information that you have and make the best choice that you can. Even if it's not perfect, that's okay. If you have to change your course later and make a different move, that's fine. You can totally do that. Just focus on making a good choice and not always being the perfect choice. And of course, if you're committed to God, He'll always make your path straight. I love you all so much, and again, I'm so proud of you.
It's crazy to think it's been 6 years since I last talked. I'm Mr. Chris, the 5th and 6th grade homeroom teacher. A piece of advice is that just remember that success is not linear. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. Highs will accomplish having proud. And then you might have a low where you feel frustrated and stuck. That moment is not defining. And that's where I want you to look back. What have you done already? And you know, you have what it takes to keep moving and achieve goals. I'm really proud of everything you've done already, and I'm wishing you the best of luck in this next stage.
Mr. Nava, Cairo, and Miss A, according to you guys. Just wanted to give you guys a few words of encouragement.
And that would be that you guys are number one. We have always been praying for you. We are here for you. No matter where you'll end up after your high school journey and planning, whether you're still here in Palau, anywhere in the world. We are here for you. We're praying for you. We're calling away, right, Carl?
We wanted to tell you guys that you guys are a very special class. You guys have been here throughout the years from Mrs. Nava and myself. We think you guys are going to do great things. We're praying for you guys, all your plans. If you guys are ever close by, come visit. Don't be shy. And we love you guys. Bye.
I haven't seen you guys since we were itty-bitty little freshmen. But during that year, I saw you guys grow so much. I can only imagine just how much more you guys have grown in the years since then. Now, you are embarking on your journey,
And so I would like to encourage you guys to stay open to learning new things. You guys have so many talents and you have the potential to do incredible things so long as you are open to learning and keep it open. So remember, stay curious. And in the words of my favorite author, don't forget to be awesome.
It has been my greatest honor serving as your president. I wish each and every single one of you nothing but happiness, love, and success in this next chapter of our lives. Congratulations, class of 2026, and thank you. With permission of the principal, can we take one last point five?
Thank you, Camille. Before I announce our awardees, I would like to share a few accomplishments that our graduate class of 2026 achieved. If you have noticed, our class of 2026 are wearing cords and/or hoods. The green cord represents the 13-year tenure of the students. This means that the students have studied in our Palau SKA schools from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. We have 11 students. Please stand. The purple cord indicates the student who has studied at PMA for all 4 years. 26 out of 33 of our graduating class has been at PMA from their freshman year up to their senior year. Please stand. The blue cord represents the students whose parents and or grandparents who studied at PMA or have graduated from PMA. We have 6 students. Please stand. We also have cords that represent the academic achievements of our students. The white cord represents the honors category. These are given to students that have a GPA of 3.25 through 3.49. We have 7 students that receive the honors academic achievement. Please stand. The silver cord represents the high honors category. These are given to students that have a GPA of 3.50 through 3.74. We have 6 students that receive the high honors academic achievement. Please stand. The gold cord represents the highest honors category. These are given to students that have a GPA of 3.75 through 4.0. We have 7 students that receive the highest honors academic achievement. Please stand. The top 3 graduating seniors is given the following academic honors. The class first honorable mention is Amira Esbas Ngarachamayong, Emery. The class salutatorian is David Aguilar Maldeo. And the class valedictorian is Juan Hong Wei. We also have 5 students wearing blue hoods. These students are Palau national athletes who have proudly represented Palau in different competitions here and overseas. Please stand. We also have 8 students wearing white hoods. These are members of Palau Mission Academy chapter of the National Honor Society. The National Honor Society is an organization for high school students in the United States and selected outlying territories. Members of the NHS must exemplify its 4 pillars, namely scholarship, service, leadership, and character. And these 8 students did just that. Please stand. And last for the academic recognitions is the PMA Scholar. PMA Scholar is the highest academic achievement at Palau Mission Academy. They must be a 4-year senior at PMA with a minimum of 3.75 GPA. They must have 100 hours of community service, and they need to have taken pre-calculus and physics and completed their PMA Scholar essay. These students will be receiving the Advanced Academic Diploma. And we have 7 students who have successfully completed all requirements. Please stand. Many of our students have made plans to pursue a college degree. Several of them have already been accepted or are in the final stages of the admission process in different colleges and universities. Some of these are Palau Community College. And from the Philippines, we have Mountain View College, Cebu Doctors University, University of Cebu, Our Lady of Fatima University, Holy Angel University, National University of the Philippines. We also have Taiwan National University, Kapiolani Community College in Hawaii, University of Hawaii Hilo, University of Hawaii Manoa, University of Hawaii Honolulu, Green River College, USA, University of California, Santa Cruz, University of California, San Diego, University of California, Irvine, and Westminster University, Utah. Today, I am privileged to announce that scholarships have been awarded them for a total worth of $214,350. And if they choose to enroll from these universities, they will be able to claim these scholarships. Let me call on Ms. Joy Labwibs, our guidance counselor and college prep teacher, to hand the awards. And just to let you know, some of these are surprise for our graduates. From Westminster University, Utah, Margot Evelyn Johnson was awarded the President's Scholarship valued at $32,000 per academic year. She was also selected to receive the Community Impact Scholarship valued at $2,000 per academic year. From the University of Oregon, Kimia Maki Palau was awarded $20,000 in scholarship. And from Walla Walla University, we have 3 students. First, Ngadaro Marilyn R. Sumano was awarded $51,000 in scholarship. Second, Filimoto Recomel Carter was awarded $54,000 for And last, Kimie Maki Kelao Sengeo was awarded $55,350 for his scholarship. And now for the awards. Our teachers will be giving the subject awards. There are 2 categories of awards. The first one is the Most Improved Student Award. This award is given to a student who has shown great and consistent improvement in a subject for all the 4 quarters this school year. The second award is the Most Outstanding Student Award. This award is given to a student who has the highest grade in the class. Graduates, if your name is called, please stand to receive your certificate. Let's start with Senior Bible. This is to be awarded by Chaplain Abram Vargas. The most improved student in Senior Bible is Brandon Kyle Lagmay Soriano. And the most outstanding student in Senior Bible is Margot Evelyn Johnson. Next is U.S. Government, to be awarded by Mr. Elijah Parks. The most improved student in U.S. Government is Abel Del Mereng Masabalu. And the most outstanding student in U.S. Government is Wan Hong Wei. Next is Physics. This is to be awarded by Mr. Nathan Turner. The most improved student in Physics is Rosel Dave Sertzis Williams. And the most outstanding student in Physics is Wan Hong Wei. May I call on Ms. Nelvi to give our English awards. The most improved student in Senior English is Kaiser Tadao. And the most outstanding student in Senior English is Margot Evelyn Johnson. Next is our Math Awards. This is to be awarded by Mr. Joey Valiant. The most improved student in Senior Algebra 2 is Duwag Malsol. And the most outstanding student in Senior Algebra 2 is Kaiser Tadao. The next award is pre-calculus. This year, their teacher, Mr. Valle, really worked hard and computed the grades to make sure the awards go to the right student. Despite narrowing it down to just one, for most improved and most outstanding, more than one student came on top with about the same percentage of improvement and the same exact final grade. So today, we will be awarding 2 students for each award. The most improved students in pre-calculus are Gord Moore Giramor, and James Patrick De Leon Palapina. The most outstanding students in pre-calculus are David Aguilar Baldeo, and De Leon Chiari Parado Sishor. This year, as part of the seniors economics class, each student participated in an investing competition. This challenge required students to learn proper investing and personal finance skills and then apply them in a real market simulation. We would like to now congratulate the students with the highest portfolio values at the end of the challenge. In 3rd place, with a final portfolio value of $110,546, we have Margot Evelyn Johnson. In 2nd place, with a final portfolio value of $111,921, we have David Aguilar Baldeo. And in 1st place, with a final portfolio value of $115,667, we have Juan Hong Wei. Our next award goes to a student who has exemplified excellence in terms of behavior, in terms of showing up, in terms of character, not just in academics. And so this year, all of the teachers at PMA voted for one student. And so the most outstanding Student of the Year award goes to Amira Asbas Ngarachamayong and Our last award is the National Honor Society Individual Service Award. The members of the Palau Mission Academy chapter of the National Honor Society are required to plan, execute, and present individual service projects every year. These projects are an opportunity for members to use their talents, interests, and passions to serve a need in the community. This year's individual service projects were reviewed by the NHS Faculty Council. And today, I have the pleasure of announcing the award. Our NHS advisor, Ms. Joy Whips, will give the award. Please allow me to finish reading the citation before clapping. Thank you. Palau Mission Academy Chapter of the National Honor Society recognizes Margot Evelyn Johnson and her partners Zihani and LSL Sakuma, both juniors, with a prestigious award of first place for the individual service project entitled Overthrowing the Crowns of Thorns. Congratulations to all our awardees and to the senior class for all of your achievements. And finally, the seniors will be classed forward to receive their well-deserved graduation diplomas. Guan Hong Wei. David Aguilar Baldeo. Amiras Bas Ngarachamayong Emily. Kimie Maki Kelao Singewo. Leia Sarah Uruleki. Hidayas Audrey Sixer. Kaiser Tadao. Duwag Manson. Margot Evelyn Johnson. Marley Eres Boltidao. Arellano. Dilio Kiari Parado Sisior. Briley Tudor Clayofas. Norton Iraedeng Deme. Jashira Sengeko Gabriel. Sima Irebonel Gibon. Gord Moore Giramore. Abel Dimren Mesedalu. Janina Dior Imaya Mirabor. Abigwo Mawina Mirasuel. James Patrick De Leon Palatino. Trisha Nine Reyes Patrick. Jack Toor Scott. Joy Modro Singapore. Yani Song. Ngedanong Marilyn Rimasao Surangin. Mira Cabana Terunez. 2026. I would like to address the Palau Mission Academy senior class of 2026. Seniors, please stand. Because you have successfully completed all of your graduation requirements according to the Ministry of Education and the Department of Education of the Guam Micronesia Mission of the Seventh-day Adventists, I am recommending to our school board chairman to accept your requirements as completed.
I do. Congratulations.
At this time, I will ask the senior class to move your tassel from right to left, signifying that you have been accepted as graduates of Palau Mission Academy. And now, for the very first time, we at Palau Mission Academy are proud to introduce to the world Palau Mission Academy's alumni class of 2026. Join me in congratulating them with a very big round of applause.
declaration to please rise as we approach the Lord here. Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, as we come to the conclusion of this beautiful commencement ceremony, we pause to offer you our deepest prayer of thanksgiving. Lord, our hearts are overflowing with gratitude for everything that we've done for the graduating class of 2026. Thank you for guiding us through every single step of this journey, from our early years in elementary school to these transformative 4 years of high school. Through every challenge, triumph, and shared memory, your faithfulness has been our constant anchor. As we prepare to leave these familiar walls and step into the next chapter of our lives, we ask for your continued presence to go before us. Help us grow daily into the men and women you created us to be, constantly striving to reflect your divine image in the world around us. As we go forth, may we truly live out our calling, educated to lead, inspired to serve. Give us the courage to choose what is right, to strengthen and to live out our faith, and the grace to ensure that all that we do is done in love. Protect us, guide us, and use us to bless others. Thank you, Lord, for the endless love. We pray all of these things in the precious name of your Son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross for us. Amen.
You may be seated. May I request the class of the alumni, class of 2026 to remain standing as our platform guests will join you for a group photo. Our graduates will now proceed to their recessional. But just a kind reminder, please wait for them to fully exit the hall before you give them your lace and your flowers and your gifts. They will all be standing outside with their assigned areas with their names on them. Then they can receive your gifts for them. Once again, thank you very much.